Hello, children. Welcome back to our English class. Last day we talked about the professional ethics of a doctor. What do you mean by professional ethics? The code of conduct or the rules that a doctor should follow or any professional should follow. Each profession has its own ethic or the code of conduct, rules. Okay, so last day we were talking about all the rules that a doctor should follow. Okay, a doctor is a savior of mankind, and he should be true and selfless towards his profession. This is what we talked about last day. Now, another aspect that we should think about is really very important. That is, becoming a doctor is very easy, but being a doctor is very difficult. Yes, it's very easy. Anyone can become a doctor, but being a doctor, it's something very, very difficult. One can become a doctor by studying hard, scoring high marks in exams, okay, and trying to show off. And maybe he or she can even establish a small clinic or a big multi as per their financial status. They can set up a building and name it as hospital and become the owner, okay, being a doctor. But becoming a doctor, but being a doctor is not a child's play. It's not easy. Okay, one has to be with the patient whenever he or she is in need. Okay, a doctor can never say that my family is in need of me, so I won't be able to come. See, the best example this period of time, when coronavirus is, COVID-19 is at its peak, if the doctors sit back saying that my family needs me, who will save the mankind? Even there are lady doctors with small babies who do not sit back at home. They are constantly working in the hospitals without even seeing their children for months now, maybe. Many have lost their life to COVID-19. So you can just imagine the situation in which these doctors are. Okay, so only and only if you have love and passion for mankind, to serve the mankind, you take up this profession. Okay? And the protagonist of the central character of our story, that is The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck. Okay, the protagonist of the story, The Enemy, is one such doctor who is selfless and follows all the professional ethics of medicine. Okay, so today we are going to start with the lesson. We'll start with page 24, paragraph 1. Are you ready for it? Let's start. It is the time of the World War. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore in dying state and is found at the doorstep of a Japanese doctor. Should he serve him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? Now this is a big question. A question that has been debated upon. Okay. So the background is a world war and prisoner of war. POW we call them. Prisoner of war means you capture the prisoner, the soldier of the other country who comes into your country to fight. Okay, so he is washed onto the shore. That is, due to the waves, he reaches the shore where Sadao Hockey has his house. Now, this Japanese doctor, Sadao Hockey, he has two options. Either as a doctor, save the life of this particular man, or as a patriot, hand him over to the army. So, what do you think should be the answer to this question? Should he save his life and become a traitor because he is a prisoner of war, remember? Or should he hand him over to the army as a good citizen of Japan? What should he do? This is a question to be answered. And we'll get the answer of this question as we go through the lesson. Okay, just think, if you were in Sadao Hockey's position, what would you have done? That is the question that you need to answer. Will you be a patriot or would you be a doctor? What would you be? Okay, if you save him, your whole family has to suffer because you will be put behind the bar and your family would be known as a traitor. And if you hand him over to the army, they would kill him because he might have escaped from the prison. That is why he was found in the sea. So they might torture him more. Prisoners of war are not pampered or given all the facilities, luxuries. No, they are tortured. Okay, so this is what we have to think about. So let's start with the lesson. Dr. Sadao Hockey's house was built on a spot of the Japanese coast where as a little boy he had often played. So Sadao Hockey's house was built by his father. Okay, it was built in one of the Japanese coast where as a small child he used to play and enjoy his life. The low square stone house was set upon rocks well above a narrow beach that was outlined with bent pine trees. Okay, so the low square stone house, it was a square stone house and it was built on high rocks because suppose flood and all these things come in, the house won't be affected. So it was built on a high rock and you could see the beach from there, and this beach was covered with bent pine trees. Okay, pine trees like when you draw Christmas tree and all, if you have seen, that is a kind of pine tree. Okay, so they were bent, stooping down. As a boy, Sadao had climbed the pines, supporting himself on his bare feet, as he had seen men do in the South Seas when they climbed for coconuts. So, when Sadao Hockey was a small child, he used to climb these pines like men do to bring down the coconuts from coconut trees. Okay, similarly he tried to ape them. Remember the word ape? Yes, he tried to imitate them. Okay, that is the word. His father had taken him often to the seas of those children. His father had taken him often to the islands of those seas, and never had he failed to say to the little brave boy at his side, "Those islands yonder, they are the stepping stones to the future of Japan." So, here he says that his father had taken him to the islands that were there in the seas, and then often pointed out towards those seas and said, "See, those islands yonder means at that distance, are the stepping stones of success for the future of Japan." Okay, that is one day they will also become developed and contribute to the success of Japan. "Where shall we step from there?" Sadao had asked seriously. So, once we become successful, that is the meaning. Okay, where shall we step from there? Once we become successful, what after that? What's next? This is a question Sadao, as a child, used to ask his father. Who knows? His father had answered. Who can limit our future? It depends on what we make it. So, his father used to say, nobody can limit your success. Nobody can limit your future. It's what you make it. You decide what you want to become and become that. And once you become, like just suppose an example, you want to become a doctor. Suppose you become a doctor. Okay, means you clear all the exams, you get good scoring marks, everything is very brilliantly moving. What after that? And then you become doctor, you become very successful in your life. Is that all that you need from life? Will you stop at that? Or you will think about many things other than this? Okay, a person should not become stagnant once the person becomes successful. He has to think about something very different. As a doctor, just treating mankind and then earning a lot of money and becoming that's what you call success as a doctor? No. You do something great for mankind. That is success. The doctors of present day fighting the COVID-19, they are successful because they are doing something extremely great for mankind. So that is what success is. And then don't stop yourself. Go for some research work once you become successful. Do something innovative that leaves your name as a mark in history. Okay, that is success. Nobody can limit your success or nobody can stop you from becoming successful in life. But your success and what your future is, you are going to decide it, not the people around you. They are not the people who are going to decide what you will become. Similarly, Japan's future cannot be limited. It cannot be decided. It's what its people make it. Similarly, what you make it is your future. It said that palmistry, you must have heard about palmistry. The lines of the hands, you read it and then they tell you your future. It said, even the lines of your hand keep on changing. You know the reason why? Because as you work with your hand and you improve your future, okay, similarly the lines of your hand changes. That shows that everything depends on you, not on your lines of your hand or on your horoscope. You can change everything. You can change the world. Okay, children, today we'll stop with this. Tomorrow we'll continue with this lesson. Thank you. Be safe. Have a good day.